house, so there's been a lot of stuff going on. Had somebody pop by the door, so I had to swing by. But hopefully I can get Tuck back on because we was rolling, man. Damn. Like, it is what it is, though. We're dealing with a lot right now. And so, hopefully everybody can forgive me, everybody can come back, and, what I'm saying, we can continue this conversation. But I thought that it was a very, very good conversation to have about physicality and what that means to your team and how you actually build it. Which there's no cookie cutter way to do it. That's what we were talking about. But as you come in, please hit the like button, and we're gonna try and see if I can get Tuck back because man, we was cooking. We was cooking on that one, man. So appreciate y'all. Like I said, hit that like button, and we're gonna continue discussing what we were. And I even forget the last point that Tuck left off because we were, man, it was rolling. And then getting all these phone calls, and then I got a phone call from a cousin that's across the street, and I never get a phone call from him. So yeah, man, hit that like button as y'all come in and let me know that you're here. Say hello. You know what I'm saying? It's rude to show up in my house and not say hello. Like, at least say hello before you raid the refrigerator. At least say hello. But yeah, O-line at 12 is a little crazy, to me at least. With no getting O-line at 12 to me means we don't have a plan. To me, I mean, most people will say the plan is physicality, but we've seen it before. We've seen us get O-line and not be physical. What's up, Big Sarge? What's up, Asiatic Pain? How you doing again? My bad, my bad, my bad. Hopefully we can get Tuck back. Hopefully we can get Tuck back. But yeah, especially got to get him back because yesterday was crazy. Yesterday, Law went live for a long time. I was over on that stream, and then Tuck ended up, whew, um, things are getting a little hectic in this community. And for me, I'm just gonna tell y'all straight up, uh, Tuck been wanting to do that for a long time. Tuck's been wanting to fire off on AOC. I've personally been one of the people to say, yeah, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. We need you in this community. We need your energy. We need you focused on the task at hand. Like, I can't say that Tuck did anything wrong. I can't say that he was wrong for how he went about it. Because I think how he went about it had to be done if it was going to be done that way. You know what I'm saying? For me, I just didn't want Tuck to be the one to do it because Tuck is, he is the one that goes to the events. Tuck is the one that, gets the credentials, and Tuck is the one that will reach back. Law Nation is the one that will reach back. And so for this community to grow, you need people like that. You need people like Tuck. You need people like Law. You need people like Sky. You need look at Vach. Vach is in the building. Dallas Cowboys right now. Like, you need the ones that's going to reach back so that this team gets covered the way that it's supposed to get covered, so that the community moves the way that it should be moved. Like, at one point, there was a pride, and to me, I felt like we were the smartest fan base. I felt like we were the most informed. I felt like we knew our team better than the national media knew our team. I felt like there wasn't another fan base in the world like we are. And I can't even lie to y'all, over the course of a few months, and I don't know if it's us losing. Please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button because this has to get out and I got to talk about it. I felt like I had to dumb down my approach so that more people will watch and get it and feel good about what's going on, or understand. I felt like I had to put in clickbaity titles. My thumbnails had to be crazy. I felt like because the algorithm had shifted, I felt like I had to be more on the side of where I didn't want to get to. I felt like I had to, create or talk about the things that, like the first take and stuff like that. I felt like that. Doesn't mean that I did it completely, but I felt like we got dumb as hell as a fan base. I really did. And maybe it's always been there. Maybe because of who the content creators were, that threshold hadn't been pushed. But in actuality, I'm gonna be real. It made me think about even hanging this up. And I part of me still is there. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Part of me is still there. Just depending on like what this team does. If they really care enough. Because to you, as you guys saw over the last week, bro, like I'm putting family on hold. I'm going through grieving and all this type of stuff, only to look and see that your efforts might not be um reciprocated. When you put a lot into something like these draft videos and doing all of this research, takes a lot to do this. It does. It takes a lot. And to see, and it was a point where we were getting everybody along. We were getting everybody to level up. And even the content creators who were coming into the space were, what I'm saying, there was a certain bar that was set. There was a certain bar that was set. And I think that it got lowered a lot. And there's a lot more of the content creators that's coming in the game now. I think that that's how it's supposed to be done. You know what I'm saying? For everything, for everybody. And what I loved about things before is that you got something different from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Williams said, kind of figure AOC would fall out with y'all just on how he talked to y'all on Twitter. So me and AOC have like, I haven't talked to him in a while because I do see how he talks to people that I respect a lot. I don't like how he moved that way, but in like we'd always kind of kept it cordial. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time where he was disrespectful to me and we talked about it. Um so in all actuality, really this really ain't my beef per se. My beef is with if my beef is with how we as a community have been moving. The fans. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like as fans, we've gone to a place that because I personally think how things are, everybody can coexist. Everybody can eat. Don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with how AOC does his content. I actually think his content is rather entertaining. It's more of the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's more of the disrespect and how you can come out of your mouth sometimes. And all that could be really cleared up with a conversation. But other than that, like I didn't like how he came at West Coast. I didn't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like me and West Coast have had our differences. But I also think that like if you have your differences and it's more personal, man, you can take that offline. You can take that offline, but it don't got to be open disrespect. And look, people handle things however they handle things. They do. You know what I'm saying? I know that there are too many people that love and respect me to really hang around disrespect. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people that do respect me, that do respect the things that I do, and that's not even the AOC thing, right? So that's not an AOC thing. That's not me dogging him out or anything like that. That's something in life that I've been that I've been dealing with myself. And sometimes how God works is if you've seen the message like two or three times, and it's like, wake up, dummy. I'm trying to get you to see what it is I want you to see. And the thing about it is, I did spend some time thinking and reflecting, like, damn, bro, like I put out some fire and people didn't see it. And it's crazy to me. Like, it took me so much time to do that. And I know for a fact everybody would really be entertained by it or that you will really get what I'm saying. And it made me do some self-reflection. And I said to myself, you know what? Bro, you doing this for the people that really want to see it, the people that really want to hang around. You know what I'm saying? And most people know now that I'm on 9:45, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or whatnot. And look, we got 23 people in right now, 13 likes. But I know that the people that really want to be here are going to be here. And the people that are okay with disrespect and they're okay with, like, hey, y'all can be over there. That's fine. That's fine. Like I said, I don't really have so much an issue, but I can see where the falling out happened. I can see where it happened. And quite frankly, hey, sometimes things got to be said. Sometimes things got to go that way. It is what it is. I was mostly trying to keep my boy Tuck. I was trying to keep his energy straight. You know what I'm saying? Like as a homeboy, like sometimes, like not every fight is your fight. But looking at what happened with Law, that wasn't Law's fight. At that point, then Tuck takes over the fight. You know, at that point, then I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But going to go pick the fight, I was like, nah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need you. We need you focused. We need you focused. We need you focused. And, you know what I'm saying? It happened the way that it happened. I think that, and it's not even just AOC, I think that there is a huge respect problem going on right now. There's a huge respect problem. I think that it's a ego driven. It's become ego driven. It's to the point now where everybody wants to be right. Like, and I'm here to tell y'all, and I don't want to cuss, but I'm gonna say it. Like, we at a point now where everybody needs to kind of just humble themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, humble themselves, shut the f up, bro. Like, if you knew everything, then you'd be right about everything. You wouldn't have to convince people that you're right about everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of double agents in this thing. I'm telling y'all, bro. And I can see it a mile away. There's a lot of double agents. And best believe I tell Tuck and Rome this all the time. Oh, he ain't there for you, bro. I can see it. He talk about you to other people. That's why they moving like this. That's why this person's moving like this. I don't trust that person, dog. I don't rock with him. I can see it. I feel like, and actually, AOC gave me this term, right? And I actually like it a lot. So, like I said, it's not, you know, it's been cordial for me. Like, I've been cordial with him. We had our run-ins, but the term he used is discernment. I really like that term. You know what I'm saying? You don't always gotta learn things from everybody that you typically would see as a source to learn from. You can learn from everything, every situation. And discernment is something that I will say that I learned from him. Where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to attack everything. Or if people are attacking you, you don't have to address everything. Or you don't have to use your energy towards everything that comes your way. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of, you know, you do have to stand up for yourself, though. You got to stand up for yourself. And, you know what I'm saying? You can't let people disrespect you. Like Lou said, respect is the foundation. Absolutely. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. So, I don't know. Like, sometimes things got to happen the way that they happen. Saw it yesterday. Um, Law is somebody that when I came in this space, um, I didn't even know who bro knew who I was. Got on Mark Holmes one day. I was doing the draft content, and he like spit something back that I was saying like verbatim, and let me know that Law is always watching. He's always watching. You know what I'm saying? Always. West Coast can be a little brash, but when you talk to West Coast, you just understand that that's just how he is. It don't mean anything malicious. It don't mean anything like that. But I'm gonna sit here and tell y'all, hell, even with AOC, this is one of the things that I do respect about AOC, and I'll say it like I said, the messenger. Sometimes people gotta stop looking at who the messenger is and listen to what the message is. The one thing with AOC is that at least with AOC, you know where he stands. There are some content creators out here, bro, that will smile in your face and act like they your boy, and they talking real bad about you, real bad about you. And I don't know if losing is what made it happen, but it needs to stop. But it needs to stop. And I hope that they hear me when I say this. I'm being cryptic now, but when I start seeing it, and if it affects me, trust me, I'm not going to allow the disrespect to happen. I'm not going to. Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting to a point now where it's become goofy to do this shit. It's become goofy. Like, I got to bury my uncle on Saturday. A lot of this stuff don't really, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a hobby. But giggling and Googling and Gaga and messages and all this type of stuff. And I told it, like, you know what I'm saying, putting on for Front Street, like that shit is goofy. It's goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like Asiatic said, not supposed to, you a man. Like, there's a lot of men here acting like gossiping little bitches. And if you feel a way about it, jump in my DMs and we can talk about it. If you feel like I'm talking to you, then maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But I see it and I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all, and I said this once before, gotta learn how to take losses, bro. You gotta learn how to, when things ain't going your way. Yeah, this was a tough year. It was a tough year. And you learn a lot about people when they go through tough situations, tough losses, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You learn about people when they're going through, like when you're going through adversity. You find out who gonna rise, who gonna stay there and fight, and who gonna roll out. And that is the biggest reason that I say, you know what, bro, it is what it is. You just gonna have to keep fighting. You just gonna have to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to keep, because at the end of the day, can't nobody really chase you out of something that is destined for you. God's not gonna let you quit. You do have free will, but at the end of the day, you're gonna keep getting that message, dummy, and that message is gonna keep smacking you in the forehead. Big Star said, I don't agree with the opinions of many of the content creators that I follow, but I always follow my own opinion after my evaluation of all the information I have consumed. Absolutely, bro. And nobody's even asking that. And here, nobody's even asking you to even be swayed by any of this stuff, right? Like, for me, I know that I'll put out information, and whatever you do with that information is whatever you do with that information. Yeah, a lot of my stuff is going to be opinion. It's going to be opinion. Like, I'm just going to tell y'all right now, it is my opinion that we should not draft an offensive lineman at 12. It is my opinion that we do that. It's gonna be more of the same. Yeah, it's different coaches and different philosophies, but it would let me know that it don't matter who the hell come in here and coach. They're gonna do whatever the hell it is they want to do in that front office. It don't matter who come in here and coach, because like Golden said, like Matthew Golden said, it's Coach Jerry. is Coach Jerry. That's what it would let me know. You know what I'm saying? It would signify that to me. Your play caller goes out with his first pick and picks an offensive lineman. Now, the one thing I'll say about Josh Simmons, and Tuck was talking about, if we're gonna go out and get a left tackle, get a left tackle. I think he was going on about how right guard at 12 is a no for him. I agree. And here's the thing: the only person that can be considered a guard, unless you convert another damn tackle to a guard, is Booker. Kelvin Banks is in play, but Kelvin Banks will be in play for a guard. You're moving Kelvin Banks to guard. Booker, you be moving from the left to the right. Aren't we tired of this, bro? Aren't we tired of this? Like, I don't know if y'all are tired of it, but I need some impact. I need some impact. Because guess what? We were getting pushed with the offensive line last year when we decided to actually run the football. We were getting pushed. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lou will say, it's not the displacement that I need, but that's being picky. You know what I'm saying? Because with somebody that can, we don't have anybody on our offense, including CD Lamb, that is a constant threat. That is a threat to take it from 0 to 60. And that, my friends, that's a difference maker when you have that. You know what I'm saying? You call one offensive play, you've gone 60 yards. You know what I'm saying? You one play, 60 yards at any time. Sometimes it don't even matter. It don't even matter if you have the displacement that you need or that you want per se. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can have like it perfectly blocked up and the running back just ain't good enough and he's just gonna get you six. When there's somebody who it might not be blocked up as great and they can get you 60. This team is better when it has a lead dog running back. So if I'm pleading the case, it is we need to score points. We got to score points. Like we got to me, and somebody said this in the last chat, and it was about the quarterback. I think Dak is a good quarterback. I don't think Dak is a great quarterback. You go out and you get another offensive lineman, you putting it all on his shoulders again. And you got another round where receivers are going to be taken in a receiver draft that's not that deep, and you got the pick of the litter from that, but then running back again, and then you got corner that's a need. The front office has put us in this position. Now, for me, my solution would be I'd sign a veteran corner because even if I draft a corner, it don't mean they're going to come in here and not have growing pain. Every corner that we've had has had growing pains. Every corner that we've had has had growing pains, including Deron Bland. The difference with Bland is, though, the difference with Bland is Boss Man Fats took up that pressure. So when Bland was getting beat or he got beat, y'all ain't care as much because he was a fourth round pick or fifth round pick. So the pressure wasn't there for him. The pressure wasn't there. So you were okay with him getting beat or learning on the job as he did. You were okay with that. So I mean, that's how I feel about it. If there was a position that I would buy a corner and I would buy one tech. You're not going to hit all of the needs. You're not going to hit every hole that we have in one draft. It's just not going to happen. Big Star says, just like I've been team weapon since the season ended, and I haven't changed my position about that. Get a DT or CB at 44, then get a wide receiver or running back at 76. Man, I don't even think there's a set formula on where you need to get the guys. But I know running back and receiver need to be your first two picks. That's just me. I do know that I believe that. I don't like The only running back that I like that could be there possibly at 76, and again, you don't know what other teams might like these guys more. You don't know who might like these guys more. So you're saying we could get this. The only back that I think that could come in and be what we need is Damian Martinez around my round 3 grades. Everybody else, I think, is a pair up guy. Is a pair up guy. Or not ready day one. Because I mean, I do think that experience matters. So sometimes that running back talent can outweigh the experience. But we look at a Miles Sanders, right? If you draft a running back in the third, I know Miles Sanders has some wear and tear on his body, and he's been playing for a little bit. But Miles Sanders at one point, I think, was a 1,300-yard back. Miles Sanders his pedigree is probably like a diet Saquon as far as his numbers, his measurables, and all that type of stuff. And he was a Penn State back, so it's not going to be easy to beat him out. It's not going to be easy to beat Javonte Williams out just because you got a guy that's new. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how they're going to pick up the blitz protections. You don't know how they're going to adjust to the speed of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about pedigree. Like you push back the pedigree of the type of guy. You don't know if they can beat out these Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. And so when you get to that, it's like, well, damn. And I get it. I watched John Machota say, I have a hard time with this team not taking corner within I think it was the first 3 picks or something like that. Buy one. Why we can't buy a corner? Teams do it all the time. Why we can't buy one tech? Why do we have to see? That's what I'm saying. Like we've been conditioned to they got to draft everything that they need. When have we ever gone and gotten everything we need in one draft? Even when Dan Quinn came in and changed everything around, he changed everything around. Yeah, he had some draft picks, but it was the 1-year free agents that really came in and impacted more. The 1-year free agents that had experience that impacted a little bit more. That's what people got to remember. People got to remember that. And then the draft picks started getting some tread as they started getting experience with a couple years down the line. Like Osa didn't come in and was just a super impact day one. Chauncey Golston wasn't no super impact day one. Those guys had to grow into that. You're not just going to draft a corner and he's just going to lock everything down. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. It's a lot easier if I'm gonna get somebody that's gonna hit the ground running day one, gonna be a running back or safety. You know what I'm saying? Safeties have a better chance of hitting the ground running than corners do. Receivers as of late, I'm gonna tell y'all, trainers have gotten so good with quarterbacks and receivers that those guys are coming in a little bit more ready. Plus, offenses are a lot more simpler. And then you think about the league rules and stuff like that. Like you can't really boom a receiver like that no more. You can't really hit tight ends and stuff like that anymore. So let's see. Asiatic Pain says, but they picked bottom of the barrel. One Tech Bohanna and Mozzie is bottom of the first, supposed to be second rounder for real. Yeah. Which RB would I select? My first plan of action would be if Genty gets to I think Genty would have to get to a certain number. I might even trade with Carolina. I might move up to go get Ashton Genty because I think Ashton Genty transforms us just with one pick. That's just me. I would. That's my first course of action. My second course of action is Tech. You know what I'm saying? If Tech falls down the board, now there's a possibility that both could be gone. And from that, if both of them are gone, I'm looking at Golden, Ibuka, or Burden, and I stick at 12. And I would, if I get one of them, I'm trying to move back up. I'm trying to move up from 44 to go get a running back, and that I would do that. I would try and move up from 44. Maybe I got to swap picks or do something, but I would be aggressive with my first two picks. Not only are my first two picks, I would try and get impact out of my first two picks. Like they're gonna play right away. Because if we wait, you can get two in a possible. I want I want two. I want two for I want two. I want an ace. I want an ace and a king or two aces. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know what spades is like, I want to know. I'm like with the spades, ace, boom, ace. Like I want that. I want to set the tone. We need tone setters. And then it's just like if you went ahead, you moved Dak and CD's money. Why would you do that if you didn't have the if you weren't going to go out and spend money in free agency? After the draft, there's going to be some available people. If you go ahead and you're aggressive in this draft, you make it to where free agents could possibly want to come where you are to try and win, and they might do it cheaper because they just want to be a part of what you got. You know what I'm saying? You just have to show that you want to win. Because if Dallas shows that they want to win, why the hell wouldn't you want to come to Dallas? Free agents haven't wanted to come here, but they've been using Dallas's name in free agency. They've been using it because that's how they've been able to get more money. But if Dallas wants to win a Super Bowl and they're pulling out all the stops, I think you get more quality guys trying to come here for cheap. That's just me, you know. Intelligence Having says watch Steve Smith on Steve Smith's podcast 89. He had MDJ on for running back, and he had Travion Henderson second back off the board early. I'm thinking the same thing. We better not play with running back. And I've heard that too. You never know. You don't know. They might like Travion better than they like Hampton. You know what I'm saying? They might like Travion better than they like Quinshawn. Like for me, Travion is my third back. So my top five is Genty, Hampton, Henderson, Judkins, and Caleb. That's my top five. You know what I'm saying? My top five hasn't changed. It might have changed where I might have put Quinshawn at 3, or I might have put Caleb at 4, and then. But yeah, my top five has been my consensus top five for quite some time now, and I wouldn't have a problem if somebody thought Travion was better than Hampton for their team. He's very explosive. The only thing about Travion is injury. Like, is he gonna get hurt? Because man, if you watch him pass protect, like you talk about a tone setter. Like, so the way I feel about Travion is I feel like Travion is a pair up guy, but I think he's like a high level pair up guy. He's only pair up guy because you have to keep him fresh, not because he can't be an RB1. It's because you want to keep him fresh, if that makes sense. I think Ohio State did that when they brought in Judkins. So if I were to get Henderson and he was there at 44, let's say I stayed at 12 and I got Henderson at 44, I lucked up and got Henderson at 44, then I probably would double up, and then somewhere down the line, hopefully I can get Martinez. Um, I forgot what grade I have on Martinez because I did it. Trust me, Professor O, if you there, I promise I did. I know I did most of the running backs. I think only like 3 of them I didn't really do work on, but they're like bottom of the barrel people like that nobody cares about. But yeah, like then I would pair him up with Travion. I would pair him up with like Taj Brooks, Manungai, Martinez, and then now I feel like we cooking with grease. I feel like you be building a stable. I've been saying it every day, guys. We need to build a stable. If you ever hear Jerry say, I wanted a stable, or Steven say, we wanted a stable. You start hearing stable, you know where it came from. That came from moi. Build a stable, not complementary. Complementary means you trying to manufacture chemistry. You can't manufacture chemistry. It just won't happen. Chemistry just happens. You can't manufacture it. Now, trading back,